Oh god.
Oh, let's see, how many of them are there? 1,300 of them?
What game is this for?
Skyrim. I'm doing a mod collection. It's actually one single mod, but all the pieces.
Ah.
Democracy.
Like, honestly, when I get my own PC, I may install Skyrim again and mod it, but I don't know the mods now.
Come free.
Oh, what's the suggestion? But yes, so so for the fans of Messages for Dad, things are about to escalate, possibly. Of course, that is, if someone doesn't make a comment in the thread as usual and causes her to want to delay the chapter again.
The Super Destroyer is
God.
ready for your next
What's been happening?
Isn't that what happened with Magnus's family continuously, where like everyone kept commenting?
Anytime
and we
you
want
mention
to hear about
Magnus, yeah, anytime someone mentions the kids, or no, not mentions, asks about them, the chapter will get pushed back.
Like, she literally made a line with one of the chapters where the Empress is staring, looking at, I forget, it's like a clock or a window or something, and he just doesn't want to deal with it, and it's like her mindset bleeding into the Emperor of like.
To be fair, she had a good reason to be annoyed.
Because it was it risking getting the thread locked?
No, I mean, I was saying why the Emperor's other half was getting annoyed for a good reason. Dusky wasn't annoyed, she just was getting annoyed with people asking.
You're not getting out of my room, quit scratching at the door.
Okay, someone, Cannibal, quote him.
On it.
Ronnie, I hope you understand what you've done with that statement.
Helldivers. Take command of the galaxies.
Reenacted, it puts the lotion on its skin with a cat.
Yes. Cannibal is... Cannibal, you can't quote him on the second one because that's actually a movie quote. The second one was a movie quote, you can't get him on that one.
I can with the wider context.
Has joined squadron.
Go ahead, you know what to do. But,
Wait.
yeah.
Is there a modern Swamp Thing then?
Messages for Dad, we have... let's just say there was a scene where Conrad has to prevent an assassination attempt on someone.
Helldivers to Hellpods.
It ruins a perfectly good moment because Conrad now hates himself slightly even more somehow.
Poor Conrad.
Yeah, that did not go well.
It was to the point that Conrad got to the point that he was like, I'm gonna purge my legion, and he cut it off halfway through.
Helldiver, glad to have you on board.
I didn't Ronnie or Rami, because that's what you put for me.
Whoops.
You misspelled my name.
Prepare to die.
I see it. I have not heard of him before.
Repeat. Helldivers to Hellpods.
Oh no. I looked him up. No.
What?
No, Hobbit. He's more than just a spell sword. He's a couple things that...
Wait.
Moira, tell Moira about him.
Hang on.
Hobbit wants me to hire an Argonian servant of Mustelvani.
No.
What?
What?
What about here?
Wait, what?
Is a strong word. Hired is a strong word.
That is some heresy.
Moriarty? No dying. Oh, what am I watching, Hobbit?
What do you mean no dying? I'm nowhere near you.
No, I'm saying Hobbit, what have you done?
Oh god.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm here, Hobbit.
What is
here, Hobbit.
happening?
What are we watching?
Oh God, let's see this
They
madness.
kill the Hobbit.
You're gonna show us something, and it's going to be cursed. I already know this.
Faster, Hobbit, faster.
So after this, we purge Lorgar, right? Or not? Or Vulcan. Sorry.
Who?
Yes.
Who are you
There's-
doing
there's
right
this-
now?
Apparently, we're
one
just
thing.
purging everyone.
I'm sorry, my mind automatically went to we need to purge, and then Lorgar automatically just out of habit.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Delphine getting roasted? Based.
This. Yes, this.
What?
This,
Did he show it?
yeah, he is.
The fate of all humanity's children are in your hands. Do not let
Oh.
them fall.
Freedom requires firepower.
Where is it?
Damn.
Calling
in an
Happen.
orbital strike.
Firing gas strike.
He
The fuck?
recalls Delphine a stuck-up bitch.
Where?
Are you not watching the video?
No. What video?
Hobbit is streaming a video.
Oh,
Well, you already missed it. It's too late.
okay then.
Okay,
I
someone.
heard y'all in
The
stream.
fuck has happened?
Zelzaz roast Delphine.
Yes, which is. Let me say this: putting Delphine in the soul crunch is my go-to method, and then it's like, all right, are you the rest of you going to need to take a trip to the soul crunch and stay there, or do I? Because I don't. I have plenty of black soul gems to fill.
Yeah.
Actually, well, to be honest, I usually use Soul Tear as my go-to weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, the blades stopped being about killing dragons when they swore themselves to Riemann Cyrodiil.
Throwing grenade.
We're done.
Wait, what is the commercial in Spanish?
I don't know. I,
Then they became
Fire in the hole.
the Emperor's lackeys.
no, get
Then
off.
they epic failed in Oblivion.
Enemy elite. Southeast. 100 meters.
Also, because it's required, Nuceria Dolenda S.
Ba 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 ba.
The best chapter in that damn.
Requesting
thing.
advanced.
Yes.
Yup.
What happened? To summarize for any who haven't read it, every single time they're working together, take revenge on Nuceria for what they did to Angron. And killing Angron, have fun.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
They should have realized that the first clue things were bad was when the governor was still woken up and told, we are surrounded by the Imperial Army in orbit.
I'm on it. Throwing grenade.
And then, the best part is, the Imperial Fist and the Iron Warriors decided our grudge can wait, we need to work together.
And the ramp
Okay?
followed by a random and Titan Legion appearing out of nowhere, followed by Conrad and Angron stringing up Lord Falkir by his entrails.
You
Sounds like
forget the best
Tuesday.
part about- No. You forget the best part, how that chapter goes. When Angron is told, do with him what you will, all he says is, Conrad. I leave him to your use. Make it last.
Boy, did he make it last.
Oh yes, he
I
did.
mean, well, to give you an idea, it started at night, and he was still alive when it woke up when the sun hit his freshly removed skin.
We've got equipment. Reloading.
Honestly, they should have just thrown him to Komarov.
Nah, because then they would have gotten creative. The Imperium has limits, you see. And even Angron recognized that.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
We're not savages. We have some standards.
What
Like
standards?
letting Conrad have. Lorgar, be quiet.
What standards?
I
Oh,
never
no.
signed on for standards.
Standards
we
in my
could do
ass.
Requesting
The
orbital
standard is we do a one monarchia per time Lorgar complains.
Fuck you!
We're starting with Cochise.
Hey. Fuck off.
Don't take it personally. He's trying to blow up my homeworld I didn't beat him at rock paper scissors.
Requesting orbital strike.
Yeah,
Really?
he almost lost to his 24. We tied 3 times.
The only Primarch with standards is Rabute Gilliman. Quite literally, he is the
He's
Primarch
not allowed to
with
have standards. He has an Eldar waifu.
He has lost any right to standards when the Imperium this video.
So then we go back to Lorgar's comment. What standards?
Thank you!
Okay, the standards are whatever I feel like at the moment, but you already knew this. Okay,
So then
well,
why did you
Look,
even
I'm
have
with
this
the Emperor
conversation
on
in
this.
the
Okay,
first
Gilliman,
place?
I'm with the Emperor on this. It's one thing to go for some Drakari hookers. It's another thing to marry them.
Yo, what the hell did you
when
put in?
this, when looking open terms, when this video exists, Imperium, you have issues.
Oh god, how bad is this?
calling in
Well,
reinforcements.
the title says your reign. Yeah, this is your reign ride of Gilliman. What do you think that's But in all seriousness, you will enjoy the next chapter of Messages for Dad because it is great. And from what I heard, from what Dusty, it's not actually a full finance, more a keg that was.
We'll just see.
Yeah, I'm excited now, and I have to.
When Horus meets Artemis, there is going to be some happiness at first, and then a lot of tears will be shed. There is a high chance someone does not walk away from such meeting.
Calling in orbital strike.
This guy looks like a one-off.
Wait,
flat.
what?
Orbital strike.
Hopefully
And with that,
it is
I know
Wait.
hopefully
Okay, I couldn't hear you
hopefully
over
it is
Cannonball.
Abigail
What?
who does not walk away.
I said someone will not walk away from the meeting of Artemis and Horus.
I heard that part.
It'll
No,
start happily and end in tears. Also, has anyone checked on that Angron lately? Someone may not be waking up from coma ever.
Oh no, I'm terrified. Damn it, Rev! Why'd you do this to me?
I will tell you this: Dusty said she's gonna roll a coin on Angron's survival, whether or not he wishes to live.
No.
Oh god.
Or the Legion may go closer to someone else.
Yes.
He has success.
Oh.
Oh.
Though he is not fit for command.
Oh god.
She's
Are
not
they
gonna
going
like
to
it.
attempt to force the butcher's nails onto Raggio?
I didn't say that.
You said
You must
something.
talk. Gurlon, whatever Gurlon is doing, be concerned. After all, he's the one who
Gurlon.
first did the implementation. The World Eater Chief Apothecary, also known as the one who first did the implantations of the butcher nails of his own free will onto everyone.
Oh.
He's the reason there's almost no true warhounds left in the Legion.
Except for the librarians.
Yeah, but all the ones that did were loyal, he had them killed. That weren't the librarians or ancients.
Oh.
He did his job well.
So the Great Crusade world eaters are still prime candidates for coordinated corruption.
I'm joking, I'm just messing with you. No, she's already told me that Angron isn't gonna die. I just wanted to see reactions.
Damn it!
Can you blame me?
Yeah, I'll be completely honest. I'm more worried about what's gonna happen with Artemis than I am Angron, to be completely honest.
Yeah. I mean,
So you're telling me Angron is still in the medically induced coma from trying to kill the lion.
Woo!
Well, to be fair, he did have a good reason for trying to kill the lion.
I mean, yeah, I know the reason. I've gotten at least that far. Although,
I mean,
when
Mortarion has to hit you with most of a bulkhead to knock you unconscious, to save Lion's life from being killed by both you and Conrad. When Andrew and Conrad are both on the same page, it's like you have done before, and they're both like, you do not harm family.
the one time Conrad is actually justified in going nuts.
Let me phrase it this way. Lion, with his family, kept the exact letter of his word, and it's to the worst possible outcome, and he also thought his son deserved the same upbringing he did. Into the jungle you go. Have fun. See you in 10 years.
Although,
I'm not even making that up. That's actually what he did. That's actually what he did. And then the Emperor found out about it.
And then, like, Conrad tried assassinating the lion, and Angron went full butcher's nails after getting Falair PTSD.
the chair can only do so much that day.
I would say one more thing. Lion still holds no regret. Well, he holds a little regret. But there may be an incident where Selena accidentally confronts the lion. As in, she's just yelling at a random Custodes, and then the Custodes takes the helmet off.
Oh no!
How did the lion get
Custodes with a certain other Custodes with a flamer takes the helmet off.
Oh no!
It's gonna be Knight versus Samurai, boys.
More like
Oh.
Well, to be honest, he's not actually naturally blind. He did that because of what it's just part of his crime.
Oh,
There's a reason why. Even Lion says, "I am disgusted by what you are. You are not my brother anymore." Well, you are my brother, but he doesn't like to consider them siblings.
Democracy has landed.
Is this still in connection to the Ranga?
I'm not answering that.
Of course you're not.
Do you want to see an image of what we used for the basis of the Ranga?
Sure.
This was the image for the person who first created the modern fan view of the Ranga. Let me get the right chapter. We're getting closer.
I'm on it.
Not that one. There it is. This was part of a chapter called Rangda Rising. This is not from Devsky's script, but this is what inspired her interpretation and many common interpretations of the Rangda.
Oh God.
Oh.
Those are their victims in their larval forms. They use their bodies as parasites.
Oh,
To give you an
wonderful.
idea, the crave and the slug are subservient to the Rangda because the Rangda use them as host bodies.
Was this used?
That's
Was
interesting.
this also
Okay.
used in Imperium Ascendant?
Yep, I helped write a few things there. I'm not the original writer, and I'm not Quickgator either. I want to clarify, even though I know Quickgator personally because we live in the same area.
Ah.
The funny fact is, it was awkward when I realized that my teacher for college was also my favorite author. That was an awkward minute for us both. Oh, you think that's creepy? Let me find you. Where is it?
Are you about to tell me that Carl the Deranged is your next door neighbor?
No, I'm not that stupid. First of all, I only know Carl because of this.
Right.
And no. The only reason I know Dusky is because of the only reason I know any of these people is because of my stupid Ethereal Dominion story that will give them attention.
Ah.
If it hadn't been for that, I don't think any of them would have known me. Let me find something. Do you recall the movies from the Rangda in Imperium Ascendant? Or do you need a reminder? Here's another
I think the last. Well, hold on. I think the latest part of where I got to in Imperium Ascendant was where the Sanguinius and the I don't remember their Imperium Ascendant names, so I'm just gonna go by regular. Where Sanguinius and the Blood Angel took on that servitor race of the Rangda.
The Crave. You've met the Crave. The Crave. They're fun.
If he took on that warp entity in their underground city.
Yes, that is a Crave.
Okay.
I'm just going to show you a few images for our inspiration for his inspiration for the Rangda. Then I'll let things be.
What does Vulcan have to say?
This will be so much fun.
Yeah, remember.
Take a look.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh god.
One is an adult creature. The other is a larval host. The third thing is simply a servant weapon. Do you recall the Rangda have weapons called theophages? If you know what that means, it means God Eater.
Oh boy.
God.
Also, fun fact, the whole Brother and Moon concept, that actually is canon.
Brother Moon?
Wait, what?
You mean in Dead Space or in Warhammer?
In Warhammer, both to the Rangda and to the Tyranids.
I'll be back.
The Tyranids have biomoons that are literally described as Brother and Moons. To the point that the Raven Guard took one look at it and said, "We're leaving. Forget the civilians. We're running. We need to warn Terra." And you know how big of a deal that is to hear that from the Raven Guard. And that was a cat who said that.
When did this appear in Canon 40K?
Oh, the Leviathan novel.
What about for the Rangdan? How do we know they had one of these things?
Oh, well, simple. They call them battle worlds.
I need to reread the wiki article on them again, because I didn't remember learning about any of this when I was doing research for them for my own fanfic.
The Rang you only get updates with the Horus Heresy Big Portion novels, and ironically, the Horus Heresy Book 9, aka Crusade book, and of course, Head of the Hydra.
Why am I not surprised?
We know they have possessed Slav murder mines. Indeed, the Slav followed them. Their ships resembled jellyfish and were said to have flails. They had war masters and slave-controlling elites known as overlords. And they also, and as mentioned before, they also created vast artificial war moons manned by millions of slaves, who were controlled by neural organisms. Also, I forgot to mention, they weaponized the mass shadows type stuff from like old Knights of the Old Republic.
Neat.
Wow.
Remember the mass shadow weapon?
Yes.
They
Yeah, a lot of
those
this.
as regular weapons.
And this just goes to show how much of a noob I am at, well, everything Star Wars and 40k, because this is so high level that it's way beyond me.
Let me give you an idea. It's a weapon that strips the force out of everything nearby in the process of activating.
It was the thing. It was the thing that caused the character of Knights of the Old Republic 2 to lose their memory, wasn't it?
Yep, it's that very same weapon. They had those and destroyed that one. In that one planet that's got that green lightning that destroyed it and crushed everything on it, they had those weapons as standard weapons.
Mandalore 5?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so I do remember correctly. Alright.
Now you wanna hear something even worse?
This is the first time I'm hearing any of this, and I'm already horrified. Let's see how far we can
Yeah,
go.
I need to incorporate this in my own set now. See this.
As everyone knows, the Rangda, during the first Rangda genocide, several legions fought them. They fought them off. In the second one, multiple legions fought, and the two lost legions explicitly were named to have fought and died. In the second one. In the third Rangda genocide, that's where the Emperor's executioners title was given to the Space Wolves, and the Emperor's exterminators to the Dark Angels, because they found and killed off the Rangda. Also, Alfarius was briefly hijacked by them. Well, not Alfarius, the original Omegon who took the name Alfarius. When they switched names when they finally met.
Is this in canon, or...?
This is canon. We actually know Alfarius is true in the whole backstory now, from his own works. The original so do you want to know the original Alfarius and original Omegon actually? The one we've known through all the novels as Omegon was the original Alfarius. They switched names when they met.
Oh.
Omegon was found first on Terra, shortly after the were separated.
Officially, he was found last, because they found Alfarius.
No, this is the reason is that this point the Emperor didn't even know any of the found that survived until he found Horus. So he hid him, and he told Malkador, "He's yours. Train him." And that explains pretty much everything about the Alpha Legion, doesn't it?
Yes.
So Omegon is Alfarius, and Alfarius is Omegon. So, so Omegon got killed by
Omegon got killed by Rogodorn, and the original Alfarius takes back his name, because the novel starts with, "I am Alfarius, this is a lie," and ends when he says, "I have to claim my name, I am Alfarius, this was a lie."
Oh. So Omegon, so the original Omegon definitely got killed by Rogodorn, and then, and the original Alfarius is tentatively killed by Roboute Gilliman.
Tentatively. Let me continue, and I will explain it coherently. In fact, the original Alfarius is actually the reason the Blood Games exist, is because he wanted to prove a point to the Emperor. The Custodians didn't even know he existed. and he wanted
Right.
to show he's more effective enough, so he actually attempted to false assassinate the Emperor and almost succeeded until Valdor had a gun, his spear to his head.
But then Alfarius reveals that he took over a defense turret which would have blown up his ship.
Yep, he was more or less in charge the whole time. Also, we learned that Alfarius was actually there for almost all the Primarchs when they found them. And when Lion actually met the Marine that said, "I am Alfarius," that was the real Alfarius. The thing is, Alfarius finally gives away why his Legion, even though they're 8-foot-tall monsters, are able to hide so well. They have an ability similar to Corvus's Rave Slip, where he can make himself disappear after anything but cameras. Except for their psychic ability just makes them unremarkable.
Straight up in...
Irrelevant. Irrelevant is probably a better word. Is people just stop noticing. They notice them, but they just don't care about them. They're not.
They literally become Waldo.
It's
yes,
that
they
one...
become Waldo, and it works on cameras, too.
It's that one SCP... It's like...
You become so... You just become so unremarkable that people see you and are like, yeah, that's normal.
It's that one
no,
SCP...
they don't even see you. They see a menial instead of a space.
It's like that one SCP...
You know, it's fucking hilarious.
Go ahead, Cannonball.
It's like that one SCP hat, I forget the number specifically, but it's what the Black Queen uses.
Correct. And let me continue now, because this is key. Alfarius' Legion also heavily incorporated armor that could adapt and pretend they didn't change the colors, it just simply was able to be modified to resemble. You know how you see on those covers where Alfarius' armor is half the Alpha Legion and half another random Legion? That's an actual thing they use that changes their armor's appearance. Every single one of them has that.
Is it like some kind of hologram thing, or like a...
I don't remember the specifics. But we also get the 3 backstories for Alfarius are all equally true in their own way. While Alfarius was slowly getting Legion, he knew he had a twin and wanted to find him. Meanwhile, Omegon crash-landed on a planet, built up a ship because it was a dead world, went into space, assembled a crew, ran into the Slove. The Slove tied the mutants, enslaved him. Eventually he broke free and slowly made his way, trying to run because he was running from the Rangda. And eventually, on the planet of Bar Savor, he runs into the original Alfarius, and they meet, and that's where they decide, we're going to switch places, and you're going to introduce yourself to Horus through an attack. And you know that story, the rest of that story. Funny enough, Alfarius intentionally infiltrated every single Legion, but he could not get into the Night Lord, the Dark Angels. He tried to, and eventually it was too confusing for his agents to. And he even says, I think Lion actually let me sneak agents and knows who all my agents are in his Legion.
Oh, that's devious.
You're not paranoid enough.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing, is Lion and him are supposed to be mirrors. So, you can get the rest of it from here. It plays out as you would expect, and of course then the real Omegon dies as Alfarius, very confused and stunned. Meanwhile, the true Alfarius has to double down and pretend to be a heretic and is slowly falling.
And then tentatively...
Because the Legion doesn't even know what their orders are because all of the contingencies are active. And everyone, depending on what they had a contingency for support Horus, destroy the Emperor, support Horus, destroy Horus, support the Emperor, destroy both sides, work as a neutral party. They each had 4 contingencies implanted in every Marine, and all of them were activated for different Marines.
No wonder their fucking Legion is so goddamn sporadic.
Yeah.
Because none of the Legion knows who's on whose own side. And Alfarius himself seems to be falling to chaos.
Oh god.
But I have a feeling that Alphias is like all 4 orders working inside his head. He's trying to fight off all 4, trying to push them around.
That is unknown because we only learn about the 4 orders in the End in the Death part 3, 2 or 3. But we do know there was some shenanigans because several Alpha Marines, Alpha Legionnaires were fighting before, and they would actually even try to, wait, you're his side. As in implying the twins were already on against each other. So the twins may not have implanted all the orders, but none of them were. Only 2 were implanted by each brother, each twin. The 2 twins were not on the same side. We also do learn they do share kind of a hive mind connection between the 2 twins. Not with the Legion, with the 2 twins. And if one of the Primarchs gives their blood to a Legionnaire, they not only double to a Primarch side, but get some of the Primarch's memories and genuinely believe they're Alpharius. So when an Alpha Legionnaire says, I am Alpharius, they may not be joking. They genuinely think they are Alpharius.
And in some way are Alpharius.
After all, the blood runs through each Legionnaire, so they all have some bits of the memories and knowledge. They just don't know the truth anymore.
Because welcome to 40k, everything is hell.
Yeah, no one knows whose side I'm on anymore. Not even the Legionnaires themselves.
Sanity died a long time ago. All that's left of it. Roughly insane and the bad shit insane. Take your pick.
Yep. Yeah, but
Reject sanity. No, only war.
So the Rangda, as I was saying in the second Xenocide, Lion was commanding most of it, and at this time, Lion had the biggest legion. I want to clarify. Not only did he have the biggest legion, he also was in charge at the front mostly, and in fact was trying to claim the glory. Because the funny thing is, we know for a fact the term War Master was already being thrown around. We know, as for who was throwing it around, that is a good question. That is a very good question because let me find it. Here it is. Read this. I'm gonna post this in a second. There was an air made, and a copy of the regimental standard was sent out for dressing the last field wound. Except for the book they sent it in was from the Randam Xenocides. Read the last the last sentence, and you'll find it very interesting.
Oh, right.
Yes, you'll see. The last sentence before the field dressing, I should clarify. In this campaign, you will be receiving Legiones Astartes support from none less than the renowned warriors of the 2nd and 11th Legions, better known as the Redacted. But of course, the Rangda threat was not enough, and the 2 legions would fall. And I've given my own theory is that it was a mutual kill between Primarchs. The flaw of the 11th was hijacked by the Rangda, and the 11th was killed by the 2nd, because it's been canonly confirmed that the Leman did not kill either of the Primarchs. We all know what happens next. Need I repeat what the Emperor does next, or do I have to?
Can you repeat it? I'm not well versed.
The Emperor gets desperate and unlocks the Labyrinth of Night. One step.
As in the Noctis Labyrinth?
Yeah.
The Noctis Labyrinth translates to Labyrinth of Night. One stellar cluster burns.
Oh no.
Oh,
that's
God.
More than just, and everything in it too.
And we know what's.
If you're confused, this means he unleashed the Dragon of Mars, aka 90% of a full Catan known as the Void Dragon, who was also the strongest of the Catan before the Outsider went on a binging spree.
Calling in orbital
He unleashed 90% of a Catan that may or may not have caused the Men of Iron to rebel in the first place.
Ray.
That's terrifying.
Because the situation was that bad and then had everything erased. I don't think he had it erased because the Legion fell, though that was a tragedy that was pretty bad and demoralizing. I think he had it erased because of how desperate the measures had to be used to fight them off.
He had to unleash almost the full Catan in order to contain the Rangda.
And he didn't want that getting out to you.
Yeah, and that was the second Xenocide. There was a third to follow when they finally found the homeworld. That didn't kill them. That just stopped them, slowed them down, so then people could counterattack.
Yeah.
That's why when Rogel says, if the second 11th was in there, we would have already lost, is because, well, one of them was infected, and what hope would we have? Because that would have meant the Rangdan was already almost won.
So it wouldn't even have been chaos. It would have been the Rangda absorbing the Imperium.
Yeah, the Rangdan would have been absorbing and using the Imperium as post-parasites.
Requesting advanced weaponry!
I think chaos is preferable to being turned into a literal meat suit and used as food to incubate another species for eternity. And be aware of it at the same time.
Hell, the Tyranids would be preferable, because they would consume your soul.
Fun fact, the Tyranids actually do hold on to worlds now. They're called larder worlds. They resemble flood worlds from Silentium in description. They terraform planets. Yeah, but they're called larder worlds. Larder worlds because they grow their food there.
You have ignited
And the description is that the entire planet is covered in a carapace of Tyranid flesh.
Southwest, 50 meters.
And hive ships will stop by to eat and then leave while the planet regrows its food. So they're actually keeping territory now.
Great.
Let me see if I can find a brief description of one, okay? Here, read
Alright.
this.
I kinda gotta get going. Rev, I may ask you to sit down with me and just go over all the Rangdan stuff again at some point, so I can actually write this stuff down. Because
I remember it all, and you have no need to worry. This is just how I am. There is a reason I gave myself the name Lore Master of Warhammer, and no one has argued against it.
yeah, there's no way you could argue against it. Honestly, meeting you and seeing all the lore you know is honestly humbling. It was a humbling experience.
I am terrified every time you speak.
To be honest, the only one who I would say knows about as much as me is either Locke or Moira. Because Moira has much more expertise in chaos stuff than I am. Though I know a lot about the same. I'm just more general. Of course, my general is also extremely in-depth.
Yes.
Very. Alright, well, I gotta get going.
Anyway.
I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Yeah, I have there is no way in hell I'm going to be able to get through all the novels and like obscure lore bits, and also Warhammer fan fictions, and I have a feeling are fairly incestuous.
Don't worry.
Go
That
through
is
all
Warhammer
the
fan fiction.
anyway. Just look up the ones that are good.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give you a bit of Men of Iron lore. The nanomachine swarms, which would eat and devour entire worlds in seconds. The mechanicivores, which could lift continents down to the core level, the planets down to the core into space with the simple flick of their arms. and the Tindalozi, which see something and say you do not exist, like the Vex did in the Vault of Glass, and could do it to anything they look at, retconning it out of existence. And they moved in swarms, and they're about dog size, like the Hounds of Tindalos, hence Tindalozi. Oh, and the Sun Sniffers, which are giant serpent machines that eat stars. These were the Men of Iron. All human.
So what does that make, like, UO25?
A simple, weak Man of Iron. He isn't even he's the weakest type of Man of Iron.
He was probably a freaking, he was probably a toilet cleaner.
Yeah. That's not even a joke, he probably was. There's a reason why people say, when I say the Dark Age humanity and the Forerunners would have been on equal footing, I'm not joking. There's a reason. They had machines designed to eat raw data of reality, aka space and time continuum. As in, they can look at a person and say, I don't believe you exist, and you stop existing. People remember you. It says, you never are from that point on.
I feel like it'd be really effective against a Catan.
The thing is, you don't want to do that to Catan, because we did that once to a Catan, and we erased the Catan of life, and now everything in the galaxy is hostile, right? Let me give you an idea. Everything on Earth, Hadachan used to be like Earth.
T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds.
And then they killed the Flare. And now all life will forever be like that. Because of that.
The only way to truly beat the Catan without fucking over the galaxy is essentially just to lobotomize them.
Not
Which
even
is
that,
what the Necrons did.
You have to shatter them and keep them shattered. That is the only way to stop it. You cannot actually destroy them. To destroy a Catan is to erase a fundamental scientific law. Because each one embodies a scientific law of reality. Example, the Void Dragon represents innovation, technology, and gravity.
How is he affecting the Mechanicus then?
Innovation, technology, and gravity.
Innovation is the one I was worried about.
Why do you think he sealed away? My personal theory is everything was working fine until his brief mind from Man of Iron touched it, came into contact, and he didn't wake up for more than 5 minutes, and promptly infected and destroyed everything that was human made with the Destroyer virus. He infected every human technology with the Destroyer virus.
That would make a lot of sense.
And also that's why the Tau AI hasn't gone into it yet until they started incorporating human tech, and then Nate starts to go a little loopy because every AI tech above a certain level has to deal with Destroyer virus risks.
So where does that leave the Votan?
The Votan aren't above that level because the Votan tech left humanity early on and never really contacted that. They were the
Extraction
complete. The Votan are slowly going insane.
Right.
And some things can elevate the Votan. Votan tech and the Men of Iron are not the same. If anything, we even know they're not the Men of Iron, they're not the Men of Stone, they're not the Men of Gold. The Men of Stone are still actually quite much very around. You've seen them everywhere. Do you want to know what they are?
Like a Land Raider?
Sure.
I thought they were blanks.
Nope. Blanks are not Men of Stone. The Men of Stone, and confirmed from a Man of Stone himself, are best known as the Arc Mechanici.
Oh, wow.
The Arc what now?
The Arc Mechanicus.
The ship.
Each Arc Mechanicus is a Man of Stone.
Oh, interesting.
When one woke up, it reversed time just to make sure its weapon hit its target. And that wasn't even its main weapon, and the weapon it fired was a black hole.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that the Arc Mechanicum that the Mechanicus uses their flagships are quite
Men of Stone.
So, this makes things more interesting in 40K versus Star Wars, considering one of those just popped in the system.
Well, they usually try to stay asleep and don't actually deal with anything for most of the time. Because it takes a while for one to wake up, and when they do wake up, they usually erase the memories. Because they're tied to the new sphere, they can erase the memories of any tech Reese, which literally everything, including the menials, are tied to the new sphere. They can erase memories from the new sphere. So everyone forgets they exist when they intervene, unless you're not tied to it.
So then,
and
what
who's
does
gonna
that
believe
make?
a random crazy man babbling about this giant, them using random weapons they've never seen before?
And I wouldn't be surprised if they are possibly high enough and they saw it, that they might no longer be around by the time that it's done.
Well, to give you an idea, the Speranza, which is the only one we've ever seen actually wake up and act directly, gave a reason you suck speech to humanity because it's like, I used to call you masters, I can't even respect what you've become, but I will still protect you.
That's the heart of it. Oh wait, no, that's not the heart of eternity. Play.
Yeah, but to give you an idea, the Speranza took over, more or less felt contempt for the Mechanicus Majors who was trying to control the ship, hijacked his body and the rest of the ship to fire these two weapons against entire